Hello everyone, I'm Abdul Nasser Tufa. This is our special segment program at OROMIA11. In today's episode, we are going to talk about opioids and substance use epidemic that is affecting all Minnesotans, and particularly Minnesota's East African community. NIA Recovery and the Office of Addiction and Recovery is going to present listening session with the East African community regarding opioids and substance use this coming August 30th at Brian Coyle Center in Cedar Riverside. Joining us now to talk about that is a special guest, FARHIA BUDUL, the founder of NIA Recovery. FARHIA, welcome back to OROMIA11 again, and what have you been up to since last time we met?
Yeah, so Abdul, thank you so much for having me here. I'm so grateful to be here again. I went back to school since we've last connected, and I've just been focusing on recovery and helping to bridge the gap from treatment to long-term recovery in our community.
I'm glad to hear this, and I have seen you many times talking about recovery. What is recovery, and is it possible?
Yes, recovery is possible. Recovery from substance use disorder is a transformative journey of healing, growth, and positive change. It's a personal process that really encompasses both our physical, emotional, and psychological well-being. Recovery isn't just about abstaining from drugs and alcohol, but it's really about rediscovering one's identity, purpose, and connection to others. And yes, it is possible because I'm a woman in long-term recovery, and recovery looks like this, alhamdulillah.
What is the best advice you give to someone who wants to start recovery and join any recovery organization?
Yeah, so to start the process, I would tell them to just start the process. Don't delay the process. Starting your journey towards recovery is a very brave and an empowering step. So believe in yourself, seek support, set small goals, and be really patient with yourself. Building a support system is really, really important because you're able to really surround yourself with people who are supportive of your journey and understanding your goals. I would also let the person know to celebrate yourself, because it's important to remember that seeking recovery is an act of courage. So we must be really proud of ourselves for taking that step. It's really important when somebody takes that first step, so don't delay it.
Thank you. And you have listening sessions with the East African community regarding opioids and substance use this coming August 30th at Brian Coyle Center in Cedar Riverside. What are the most important points you are going to raise and talk about this on this event?
So August 30th, a Wednesday, is a community listening session on opioids and substance use disorders in the East African community. This is an invaluable opportunity also for our community to really come together, to share the experiences and have an open conversation about this topic that really, really affects all of us in our community, which is opioids, drug addiction, substance use disorders, all of that above. So this is really impacting us as a community right now, and we don't really often talk about it.
Yeah, we need to talk about East African communities in Minnesota. Can you talk about the severity of substance abuse in the East African community?
Yes, so we cannot really deny that the disease of addiction has touched the lives of many individuals and families in the East African community here in Minneapolis and Minnesota. And really looking at all of this profound ways that addiction and substance use disorders has really baffled our community. Many young people have overdosed to this disease, and it's here. We cannot ignore it anymore. So this listening session helps to bring community members and leaders together so that we can really talk about it.
Can we talk about what are the significant barriers that are affecting Black communities and East Africans in particular?
Yeah, so the number one thing is stigma and shame. So the stigma associated with substance use disorder can really discourage individuals from seeking help. Fear of judgment and shame can help prevent them from accessing recovery and support. So there is this whole ebb culture in our community. Everything is ebb, so people don't want to seek that help. So that's really what the stigma and shame is about. lack of awareness. Many people may not be aware of the available recovery support options or treatment options that may, help them to understand to their full benefit. There is limited resources and accessibility to quality recovery support programs that also can be limited. There's a lot of cultural barriers, Abdul, because cultural norms and language barriers can also help kind of impact the individual's willingness to engage with recovery support services. And then you might be surprised, but there's also lack of family support. A lot of individuals that are going through from our community that are going through this horrible experience don't have adequate family support. Family has kicked them out of their homes and they are homeless. They are, utilizing Salvation Army, shelters, they're at the bus stops, light rails, and all of that. So lack of family support can also help somebody be that barrier too.
Those kind of peoples need, somebody to step up and help those peoples. What does, the Minnesota Office of Addiction and Recovery doing to tackle this problem within the state, and how is your organization is cooperating with them?
So the Office of Addiction and Recovery is helping. We're hosting the listening session together. And I would really love if Jeremy Drucker, who is the director of the state office, he can come and talk a little bit more about this new state office, and he's the director of it. This is a very new office. I am also part of the Governor's Advisory Council on Addiction and Substance Use and Recovery. So we are working on a few things, but we'll be here all day. Inshallah, maybe we can have him come visit and talk a little bit about the office and what the priorities are.
Sure, thank you. And can you tell us about where and when the program is going to take place?
This Wednesday, August 30th, inshallah, at 6 p.m. at Brian Coyle Center in the Cedar Riverside community. Show up, you'll get to meet so many different people and connect with us on this journey to recovery and what it means.
Who are the guests that are going to make speeches?
We're going to have the Office of Addiction and Recovery, Jeremy Drucker, Keith Ellison, who's the Attorney General, who also has, we're going to talk about the opioid settlement dollars as well, and because he was responsible for suing Purdue Pharma. We have Commissioner Harpstead, who is the DHS commissioner. Youth is also on, collaborating with us on this. Mahmoud Noor, who is the chair of the Health and Human Services, who also is the state representative for the Cedar Riverside community, are a few of the people that are going to be on part of the panel. So
those are the list of great people that you mentioned. And what message do you want to deliver to the public to attend this session?
Yeah, so this is a great opportunity that very unique and vital opportunity. I want to let you all that we cannot afford to miss. Our upcoming listening session is not just a gathering, it's a chance to connect with leaders at the state level. This is a space where your concerns, experiences, and ideas matter, and where they will also be heard by those who are really have the power to enact change. And those are the people that I mentioned. So see you all there, inshallah.
It is my great pleasure to have you here today, and thank you for joining us.
Inshallah. Thank you so much for having me.
This is all we got for today. We hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching OROMIA11, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and follow. I look forward to connecting with you soon.
Maqaan kiyya Dr. Elias Jama, pharmacistidha. So wannin dhaamsa qabu duraan dursee kan COVIDidha. COVID kana yoo namoonni shaatii hin fudhanne vaaksina yookaanis talaalee namoonni hin fudhanne akka fudhataniif ammallee COVID ni jira. So tanarratti waan dharaa miti waan dhugaati akka namuu COVID shaatii fudhatuuf hawwina. Yoo gaafii waa'ee COVID vaaksiinii kanaas yoo qabaatten nutti bilbila Sword Pharmacy yookaanis Access Clinic yookaanis doktara keessan bira godheexan gaafachuus ni dandeessanii. ammallee vaaksiniin kennamaa jira namoonni fudhatan akka fudhataniif isin gaafanna.